All right, welcome back to Flecka Soxa Podcast, episode 296. Today on the show, we have some egregious examples of our two-tiered justice system and housekeeping. Then we have an F around and find out compilation of ICE versus Antifa you're not going to want to miss. Then in Cringe of the Week, Taylor Swift's audience says her new album is trad wife propaganda. And last but not least, in Urban Decay, the Chicago Loop puncher was confronted. Exciting stuff. All this and more, it's Flecka Soxa Podcast, episode 296, ranked the best news podcast of all time.
Because words are just words until action actually starts. And actions speak louder than words. But at the same time, words speak louder than actions because sometimes it's the right thing to do. Very cool. Very cool.
Flecka Soxa Podcast featuring Richard Grabboy.
All right, 1 for 1 on the intro, as always. Guys, are you still feeling off after the COVID vaccine? Well, you're not alone, and new research backs this up. In a groundbreaking study, Risk Stratification of Future Cardiac Arrest After the Jab, Peter McCullough highlights an alarming rise in sudden cardiac events among young and previously healthy individuals. His study found that tiny patches of heart inflammation, often missed by doctors, could silently be building up, leading to sudden heart attacks during exercise or sleep. That's why the wellness company created the 3-in-1 Ultimate Spike Detox, crafted with 100% natural ingredients, specifically designed to help your body clear harmful spike proteins, reduce inflammation, and support heart health. Don't wait until symptoms strike. Experience the only formula approved and used by Dr. Peter McCullough himself, a freedom doctor who risked it all during COVID. Head to twc.health/Fleckus today and use code Fleckus for 10% off. That's twc.health/Fleckus, code Fleckus for 10% off. Get back to that pre-COVID feeling. Thank you to the wellness company for sponsoring. Let's get into housekeeping. All right, thank you to the wellness company for sponsoring.
Thank you, the Wellness Company.
Love those guys, and I love that product, and everyone needs it who got the you-know-what.
Okay.
All right, let's get right into the show. We have a lot to get to. It's Tuesday, so hope everyone's enjoying their week and had a nice weekend.
Okay.
Did you?
So far, yeah.
Okay.
Just wondering where you're going with this.
I'm just
What's
saying,
different about this Tuesday?
I'm just easing everyone into a pretty good show.
Okay.
And I'm excited for it. The first thing we're going to talk about is what the Democrats are trying to sneak in during the government shutdown. They're trying to sneak this amendment in, or the provision into the one big beautiful bill.
Yeah, some spending that they are earmarking. And the one big beautiful bill, or the government shutdown, is mostly around an affordable health care, the Affordable Care Act, some health credit that the Democrats want to extend until 2025, and Republicans are holding firm. And it's been like 5 or 6 days of shutdown. But this is a piece that Senator John Kennedy of Louisiana, who's basically like an open mic comedian half the time when he's presenting stuff, but he listed out some things that the Democrats are demanding we still fund, things that I thought we were done with. Some examples: $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia, $833K for transgender people in Nepal, $4.2 million for LGBTQ people in Western Balkans and Uganda. And that they just give to them, like, just for the people. $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I'm going to stop reading there.
But doesn't that sound made up?
Yeah, it does. And I don't know, but there are little things that's where the money has gone in the past, and the same group wants money again this year type of thing. And I thought we were done with this.
Yeah.
I thought this was out when it was exposed with the USAID Doge shit.
And everyone who was doing it was probably like, whoa, that was close.
Caught me, yeah.
And then there was one more, $300K for a pride parade in Lesotho.
I don't even know where that is.
Now, maybe I'm not that cultured or that educated, but I never even heard the word Lesotho in my whole life.
I'm not a big geo-guesser, but that doesn't sound good.
You go on the map and you go, somewhere in Africa?
I don't know.
Somewhere in Eastern Africa? Lesotho.
Yeah.
So that's where all of our money was going, or that's where they want it to go.
They're attempting to, yes.
And hopefully it doesn't work.
Appreciate it if they don't.
All right, let's get to our next story. We told you guys about the ADL last week and how they had the ties with the FBI, which were cut, but I'm also hearing they weren't fully cut. They're still working in tandem in some ways. But we do have good news about the SPLC, which we also mentioned. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, FBI Director Kash Patel announced the Bureau has officially cut all ties with the SPLC, the Southern Poverty Law Center. Patel said the SPLC's hate map has been used to defame mainstream Americans, target Christian groups, and even inspire violence, adding that the FBI will no longer use them, basically.
So that's good news. And yes, the SPLC is the same as the ADL. They just label all right-wing, white Christian things as like extremist, hateful groups.
Yeah, the Southern Poverty Law Center really hates white Southern people, and especially if they're poor. So it doesn't make sense. And much like the ADL, I mean, groups that were once more nuanced or more ordinary and have since become just a partisan wing of the Marxist leftist kind of agenda. And they work in the background. They don't really answer to many people, and they kind of get away with it more.
And that's what we see. That's like the trend we've noticed over the years where a group establishes itself in a good way. The SPLC is fighting for free speech or for people not to be defamed or whatever. And then the left infiltrates, hijacks it, and obscures it.
Yeah,
It's like the same with Disney, the same with all of our institutions, our colleges. Everything has that same playbook where you establish credibility for all these years, and then it becomes gay and anti-Christian.
Yeah, and I remember it was either the SPLC or ADL. This is kind of, I just didn't think I was going to bring this up, but there was some sort of Nazi march in Illinois in, I think, the 80s. And it was in Skokie, Illinois, and it was this big thing. And one of those groups, either the ADL or the SPLC, was like, well, we're going to defend them too.
I believe it was the SPLC.
We're going to defend their right to do it too. And now it's like, it's totally partisan.
What? You drinking milk?
Yeah.
Are you a Nazi?
Are you okay, Symbol?
Did you go like this?
Fuck you. So, yeah, once good organizations, and I don't even know once good, I say that flippantly, have become totally bastardized tools of the left. And
yes.
It's not good. It's great that the FBI is cutting ties.
And we have some information about what the relationship with the FBI was initially.
Yeah, this guy says the FBI used the SPLC as a surveillance cutout to skirt Department of Justice policies. The FBI developed a relationship with cutouts such as the SPLC that could use their own spies to do what the FBI could not. And this is a typewritten document that says information has also been received through the Southern Poverty Law Center about a telephone call from Timothy McVeigh on or about 4/17/95, 2 days prior to the Oklahoma City bombing attack. So the SPLC,
they got their they got their moles in the SPLC.
Yeah.
So it's good to cut this tentacle off, but also don't forget this. We may have mentioned this a long time ago, but this is like a piece of information that I never forgot. A former spokesman of the SPLC, Mark Poduk, kept a list on the wall next to his desk to track the declining white population in America.
Huh.
Isn't that crazy?
That doesn't seem like the express written statement of what the SPLC was intended to do, but for some reason, this guy got in charge, and that was his number one priority.
And in 1920, it's 90%. In 2015, it's 62%, and it's going down every year, and he's happy about that. And he was a Jewish man.
Yes,
And when Jewish people hate white people, it's called Loxism.
Oh,
Loxism, Loxism. Google it.
I think there's a lot of that going on, especially this bulletin board material. You're at the SPLC, you're grinding for just fewer white people or more browns, whatever. You don't care.
And isn't that crazy that
You must hate white people because he's like any brown,
Yeah.
Filipinos, Asians, whatever.
and you have it on the wall at your desk. Oh, I got a picture of my kids. Oh, I got a trophy. Oh, yeah, the declining white population. Like, shouldn't that alert other people? Like, what?
Anybody who walks in, what's that? He's totally okay with it. I mean, that I guess describes how the people who worked with him also shared his same sentiments, right?
Exactly. That's the key point. Nice job, Richard.
Yeah.
Another example of why the white population has decreased so much. People talk about immigration. Obviously, that's true. But why has immigration become the way it's become? It's because of the Hart-Celler Act. Can you read kind of about this guy and then what what he did?
Yeah, well, this is Emanuel Celler, and he was an American politician from 1923 to 73, and he ushered in the major civil rights legislation of the mid-20th century through the House. And in 1965, everybody knows the Hart-Celler Act, a very famous, kind of changed the demographics of our country forever. Celler proposed and steered to passage the Hart-Celler Act, also known as the Immigration and Nationality Act of 1965, which eliminated national origins as a consideration for immigration. He was also the principal author of the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965.
Yes. So basically, before 1965, the U.S. was taking mostly immigrants from Europe.
Western Europe,
Western Europe.
Yeah.
And then the Hart-Celler Act goes through, and now it basically opens the borders to all these third world hordes. Everyone can come. And then after that, that's when all the Latin Americans started coming.
Yeah.
And that is why we're now like being outnumbered and replaced by all these third worlders. Part of it was that.
Yeah, totally.
The more you know. Mm-hmm. See, we teach a little history lesson here on the show.
Yeah, if you don't know about the Hart-Celler Act, it really did change the demographics of this country. And the SPLC guy was going, oh, yeah. He loved it.
He did. Let's get to our next section. The left wants us dead.
Yes.
It's unfortunate, but it's true. And
not hyperbole this time.
I was going to say, it's not hyperbolic. There was a nominee who's running for AG. He's a Democrat in Virginia.
Yes.
And he was caught with some text talking about violence against the right. Can you read the headline and then maybe some of the text?
Yeah, you basically said the headline, but his name is Jay Jones, and he's running for AG in Virginia, and he fantasized about violence towards his political opponents. And we're just going to get into some of these text messages. Jay was saying, if those guys die before me, I will go to their funeral, piss on their graves, send them out awash in something. And then somebody says, Jay Jones, like scolding him almost. And he says, 3 people, 2 bullets. Gilbert, Hitler, and Pol Pot. Gilbert gets 2 bullets to the head.
And that's who he's running against.
Yeah.
The Republican.
And so he's just talking about fantasizing about violence over text messages. And then this guy kind of, whoever he's talking to who leaked these text messages wasn't really having it. And he said, you weren't simply asking questions and you know it. And Jay goes, I genuinely was. I wasn't attacking you. I was trying to understand your logic. And the other guy goes, you weren't trying to understand. You were talking about hoping Jennifer Gilbert's children would die. And he says, yes, I've told you this before. Only when people feel pain personally do they move on policy.
Yeah.
So he's saying weird, violent shit.
And this one too, yeah.
At the end, he goes, I mean, do I think Todd and Jennifer are evil and that they're breeding little fascists? Yes.
So he's like a little Democrat F-slur.
Yes.
But then he's also talking to someone who doesn't even really like what he's saying and eventually leaked the text.
Yeah, the guy is like, come on, man, you know I don't like when you talk like this, saying things like that the whole time. So he's not only a violent fantasizing loser, but he can't read the room on who he's texting and leaving trace evidence on, you know?
It's very insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
here are the little fascists. We have a picture.
Yeah, this is who he's running against, and this is who he said they're raising little fascists, these
It's just 2 white kids.
And you want to kill the guy.
And that's why a lot of times when we're talking about these people, when they call someone a fascist or a Nazi or whatever, they don't necessarily believe that. Like Trump is doing the same things as Nazis, but they think that it gives them justification to do whatever they want after that fact. And so little fascists, it's like, it's almost a euphemism for like white people who don't let me do whatever I want, left wing, right?
It's very true. And the craziest piece of all this is after all these texts were leaked, the Democrats, the senators in that state still endorsed him.
Should be campaign ending, right?
Yeah, it should be game over.
Step down, go take some time. But there's this long statement here. I'll read some pieces of it. Like all Virginians, we were deeply disturbed by Jay's comments, and we condemn his words without hesitation. Let us be crystal clear, there's no place for political violence or violent rhetoric in our public discourse, and Jay must take accountability for his actions. But we will not allow this moment to overshadow the stakes of this election or distract from the urgent fight we're all in for Virginia's future. And then I'm going to skip to the last paragraph. Virginians cannot afford another 4 years of Donald Trump and Jason Miyares dragging us backwards. Our rights, democracy, and our future are on the line. Jay Jones has the strength, experience, and values to put Virginians first and stand up to Donald Trump.
So
Joint statement from Senators Lucas and Locke.
So you still endorsed him after all that?
Yeah. The sentence, I don't think after you leave your endorsement in place, you can say the sentence, there is no place for political violence or violent rhetoric in our public discourse. Because this is the place for it. You just saw it.
Yeah.
That's the place. It exists. You don't leave the race.
It's disqualifying, right?
You're still endorsed. Yeah. So it's a huge kind of like watershed moment. And then what you said at the beginning of this, when you said Democrats want us dead, there's a mix. There's a range. This guy, he wants some specific people dead. Mm-hmm. Other people are apathetic to your death. Other people will laugh when you die. Other people will smile when you die. So like it's a big mix, but there's a range there.
There's a very much a range, but it's all not good.
Yeah. They fantasize.
And then keep in mind, they were trying to give Trump a hard time for when he says we need to fight back, stuff like that. We need to fight back.
Fight.
Yeah, they gave him a hard time for that. But then for this, don't worry about it. We'll still endorse him. Not good, but we'll still endorse him.
It's too close to the election to find a replacement. You're good, brother.
Yeah. So it's like we have to almost stop. Well, we do have to stop pretending that like Democrats are like us, but just on the other side.
Well,
like they're not. Like they're I don't say they're evil.
They're bloodthirsty. There's something.
It's not pretty and it's not the same. It's hard to relate to how their brain works.
And Republicans or right-wingers in general have no control over when a left-wing politician who gets caught in a scandal like this resigns. But what we do have is control over our own resignations or peer pressures or intra-party decision-making. And if you're going to leave the death threat guy fantasizing about little fascists, then we're not really going to retire any of our guys for anything you care about either. So it's a tit-for-tat security dilemma type thing. And
it's almost good because they've set the line.
Yeah.
And now it's like, all right, if that's the line, you're never going to get one of our guys to step down over like a text or a comment or whatever.
And that's the attitude. Be disgusted, spread this, but then don't give them an inch. Don't let them use fake morals that they don't even have to hold you to a standard.
Very true. Yeah. And we actually have a compilation here, just in general, of all the leftists kind of liking violence. And Matt Walsh should be next after Charlie got shot. And
this one has a whole list. Nick Fuentes, Tim Pool, Matt Walsh, Jack Posobiec, Elon next, please. Do Andy Know or Libs of TikTok next. It's like a hit list immediately in the post-Charlie Kirk era, right?
Yeah, very true. So as we see, it's a two-tiered justice system when it comes to rhetoric.
Yeah.
And it's also a two-tier justice system when it comes to violence. We have our bad sentences section here, where it's career criminals getting bad sentences. First, we have a Houston man sentenced to life behind bars for killing an 11-year-old boy while free on bond for capital murder.
Yeah.
How does that work?
I don't know. How does that slip through the cracks?
In a lot of these cases, especially this next one, you're going to see vigilantes.
I think so.
And we can't encourage that or endorse it, but when
it's a byproduct of anarcho-tyranny, right?
Yeah, like what do you expect is going to happen? And this next story kind of makes that point more clear.
He stood up with me on top of him, just stood up and threw me 10, 15 feet across the room and went after her.
Dean Tipton says December 7th, 2015 is a night that changed his life. He says his children woke him up. He then found a man attacking his children.
And when I got to the top of the stairs, he attacked me. He come at me with the knife.
The night took a tragic turn with the loss of a life, his 6-year-old son, Logan. Dean says immediately after Logan's death, he lost his will to live.
I laid in bed. I gave up. I gave up on life. I gave up on my family. I gave up on everybody. I just wanted to die.
In the years since, the family has done their best to cope, but mentions they are mentally and emotionally scarred. And they are hurt that Ronald Exantis will no longer be behind bars.
Everybody deserves a fighting chance to have justice for them, and it's not.
I've had my talks with God, because I'm not afraid to tell you all. I told the court, if I ever cross paths with him, I will kill the man. I will kill him where he stands.
That's what you get in times like this when there's not justice. The guy served less than 7 years.
Yeah. 2015 was the crime, and then, it obviously took a little while to sentence him, but
he stabbed the kid so hard that the knife blade bent.
But, he was probably having some sort of mental health crisis or something, so he's free to go.
Yeah, they said he was insane.
Oh.
So he can't get in trouble for what he did when he was insane, so we'll just let him loose and see what he does next.
Hope he stays on his pills, his court-mandated pills. But yeah, I feel for that dad so much, man.
And like the constant theme in all these bad sentences in this section is all these judges need to go to jail too.
Kind of. That's the next step. And especially ones who released them, or because a lot of judges have that gray area or the leniency where they have the room to act. And if you're doing the low end for the very violent offenders and they repeat, you at least need to be reviewed.
Yeah, at least.
Impeached, whatever.
We're going to compare this guy's sentence. So he stabs a 6-year-old boy to death in his home, sentenced for 10 years, didn't even serve the full 10. And then Derek Chauvin detains a counterfeiter ODing on fentanyl, and he's sentenced to 23 years in jail.
Yep. The politics behind it are more important. The random guy in South Carolina or wherever it was, versus the national outrage. They had to make an example of Derek Chauvin, who is so unlikely to reoffend, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and I think Derek Chauvin should be pardoned at this point.
I agree.
After seeing all this and all these egregious examples, even if it pops the whole thing off, just fucking do it.
Yeah, but he can't. Is he in federal prison?
I don't know.
Yeah,
probably not.
I don't think so.
And then we have another example here. This girl, habitual drunk driver charged with killing an up-and-coming tennis star in Los Angeles.
Police say Jania Belt, 33, mowed down Braun Levi, 18, while drunk and having a suspended license, and she's currently free on $0 bond.
And she had a suspended license for other DUIs.
Classic.
And then she kills an up-and-coming tennis star, and she's walking free.
Oops.
Yeah.
Drags him under the car.
And we have a million examples of these types of crimes, of repeat offenders. We have a little collage here. It's very unfortunate.
Yeah.
And here's where it gets a little spooky. I didn't know about this, but there's like a government program for when a black person kills a white person. There's an X-Files style team that shows up and tells the victim's family not to make it about race or not to focus on the race if it's a black on white attack.
Yeah, and it's called the Community Relations Service, and it's part of the Department of Justice. And it's been there, I think, since the 60s or 64, probably with Mr. Seller.
Yeah.
Probably early in Mr. Seller's days.
SPLC probably helped fast track it.
Yeah, and we're just going to add some context about what this group does. And this guy posted, I'm looking into the Community Relations Service and going insane. You're telling me we had a fucking X-Files of black people crimes that was the only part of the government besides the Smithsonian categorically exempt from Freedom of Information Act requests, responsible for resettling Haitians and Cubans. So there's like kind of a multi-pronged thing to it. Another tweet said there was an entire department in the DOJ committed to forcing white parents to forgive the black murderers of their children and claim the attacks weren't racial, even when the attacks were clearly racial. America has been living under the race communist thumb of a Reconstruction regime for a very long time. And so if you look back in some of the content we may have covered, things like where a parent gets up and their kid was clearly killed or beat up because they were white, and they're kind of like, oh, they're in front of the press saying, we don't know this is a racial attack.
We don't want to make it about race.
Yeah, usually the Community Relations Service had their thumb on the scale in that case. And Trump wrote a memo in April of this year saying he was thinking about getting rid of it, and then I think formally got rid of it at the end of September this year.
Like a couple weeks ago.
The end of this fiscal year. And when Trump released that statement saying he was thinking about getting rid of it, the NAACP calls for the maintenance of the Community Relations Service. So that's who it helps, right? The NAACP has a vested interest in minimizing black crime because there's so many black on white murders every year that the parents of a slaughtered kid need to be told, hey, whoa, let's not ratchet up the racial tensions. That's the express written goal of the CRS, is to keep racial tensions low. And so keeping racial tensions low when it really only goes one way, black on white, means you're just keeping white people down and in line. Right?
Yeah. And
it's not like, and then we do it for the black people too who get killed by the white people. It's like, which one?
it's actually the opposite.
Yeah.
It's backwards and upside down for that reason, because you're minimizing black violence, which is a giant percentage of all these crimes.
Yeah.
And then you're maximizing whenever a black person is the victim of a crime from a white person.
Yeah. So you have CRS downplaying, and then you have BLM upplaying.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, that's how you get this, whoa, it's racist. Black people shouldn't be pulled over and stuff. You get this backwards, upside down
and it's
view of the
backwards
world.
and upside down, because it's not only is it not true, but you're promoting the opposite of reality. Whenever a white person does something to a black person, that's all anyone talks about, which is the opposite of reality. So it's backwards and upside down.
And so we've known about the Community Relations Service for a while. I know you said you just learned about it, but I'm sure you've heard it alluded to and stuff. But it was always kind of this shadowy organization that I just heard about, and I knew it existed. But I guess this is the first time I'm hearing that they were categorically exempt from Freedom of Information Act requests. And that's part of the big reason why you didn't know the specifics of it or the details or where they went or where they spent their money or resources. And it's because they're exempt from Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So it's not only like kind of a weird one-way street that the NAACP endorses, but it's basically clandestine.
Not good.
Not good. And so it's over. It's over now. And we'll see. So you'll see some mad parents. This fucking black guy killed my kid. And, I mean, that should things be tampered down, or should the world just be what the world is? And then you react as things happen.
It should be all based in reality.
Exactly. We're reality enjoyers on this show. So we're going to see some real reactions soon.
Yeah, and our next clip is an example of someone who's not living in reality. This is the Seattle mayor, and listen to what he says about these repeat offenders and the issues they're causing.
The criminal system has had a disparate impact on black and brown communities. Let me lead with that. So when this person is committing 6 or 7 crimes, I don't know his or her story. Maybe they were abused as a child. Maybe they're hungry. So my remedy is to find their life story to see how we could help first. I have no desire to put them in jail.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He was hungry, so he clubbed that old elderly woman in the back of the head several times.
And what do you think, is Aladdin?
Yeah, it's not Aladdin, and Mimetic Sisyphus would tell you that. But this type of guy saying this type of shit doesn't fit either. This guy should be like running a household. Like, we don't do that here. Yeah. Instead, he's like, I lead with empathy. 6 or 7 crimes?
It's communism.
That's okay.
This is like what communism looks like. People think it's like a little more in your face.
Yeah.
It's like this.
Yeah.
It's like this empathetic way of going about the world. And I saw a tweet that I thought...
And disparate impact goes both ways, too. There's a disparate impact on black and brown people in jail. And there's a disparate impact from black and brown criminals that means.
Yeah.
We're already past you go to jail, enjoying it.
Rounding everyone up.
Our entire system is built around
disproportionate impact.
Yeah.
And that's after we let everyone go still.
Yeah.
So we should have more in jail. Mm-hmm. And I saw a tweet that summed up that guy's mentality. Peacekeepers tolerate evil to avoid conflict. Peacemakers drive out evil to have true peace.
Yeah, there's a big difference there. I agree.
So we don't want to avoid conflict. We don't want to. Let's just let the guy go. He's a little crazy.
Boom, elderly woman beat up. Boom,
and then
child
what happens?
Sexually assaulted.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you release people because you go, hey man, on the stand, were you hungry?
Yeah.
It's like a Snickers commercial.
Trying to understand the mindset of the murderer.
The violent repeat
offender. Put him in a fucking box.
Yeah.
He's a box. We don't need to understand anything. We saw what he did. Oh, he's crazy. He didn't take his pills. He didn't have breakfast. Put him in the box. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everyone else has those rules. Mm-hmm. And then we have some examples here of a more two-tiered justice system.
Yeah, the man who attempted to assassinate Justice Kavanaugh only got 8 years in prison. And the judge spent 7 hours today justifying a shocking 22-year downward departure from sentencing guidelines for the man who attempted to kill Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. At one point saying she was glad the crime made his mom accept his transgender identity.
We're fucked, guys.
And then this person quote tweeted it and said, the man who attacked Paul Pelosi was sentenced to life in prison.
And that's the two-tiered part of it.
Yeah.
It's all about politics. Mm-hmm. And we have more examples here. The Proud Boys.
Enrique Tarrio sentenced to 22 years despite not even being at January 6th. David Dempsey, 20 years for rioting on January 6th. Proud Boy Stuart Rhodes, 18 years for organizing quick reaction force near Capitol. Proud Boy Ethan Nordine, 18 years. Proud Boy Joseph Biggs, 17 years. So those were all kind of hypothetical / crime adjacent, and they get 20-ish years.
20-ish years.
But the assassination plot on Justice Kavanaugh gets an 8-piece because the judge had the right political view.
Yeah. Stab a kid to death in the face, 7 years.
And that type of stuff comes around too. It's interesting because you'd expect a judge in charge of sentencing the attempted assassination of another judge to be kind of like, whoa, I should make an example of it. It's like, well, they're killing podcasters. I got to condemn this shit. So the fact that she didn't makes you believe that
it's all political.
Well, it's all political, and then she knows it's all political from one side too.
Yeah.
She's not worried about handing down an easy sentence because she knows the right wing doesn't do that type of political violence. It all comes from one direction.
It's very true. And if this judicial stuff isn't fixed before the next time Democrats take power, we will all be in jail.
Yeah.
And you might think, oh, jail could be fun because it's all MAGA people. They're going to keep us in solitary.
They'll stuff us with Muslims or keep us in solitary.
And they're going to torture us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get to our Israel section. We're going to go fast through this. It's nothing crazy. Well, it is crazy, but it's not a lot of information.
Yeah.
It turns out there was a data collection from American Christians going to Israel from geofencing, from churches, and Turning Point.
Yeah, this person says, holy shit, guys, I just put all the events of the influencer campaign that I can find on a timeline that I'll post tomorrow morning. For now, if you live in these states and go to church, you're getting geofenced, tracked by your phone, and targeted with Israel ads. California, Arizona, Nevada, Colorado, all Christian colleges. And they call it the largest geofencing and targeted Christian digital campaign ever. So the Israel bucks are already flowing for pro-Israel stuff, and they're targeting people who attend church and those states. And anything else you want to say from this?
And that's how they were able to know that there were 277,000 devices at the Charlie Kirk Memorial at the football field in Arizona.
Okay.
So not ally behavior from our very best ally, but according to Israeli media, Trump isn't really an ally of Israel anymore. Look how they depicted him here.
Yeah, Trump is gaining ground in the peace talks, negotiating peace between, or a stalemate, or, a stand-down order between Hamas and Israel. And this image is circulating, and it's Trump in some Hamas gear.
Yeah, he's Hamas now.
So how long has this war been going on? 2.5, 3 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
October 7th, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And then Gaza, I think I saw some drone footage. Looks
Yeah.
pretty blown out.
They blew out Gaza. And then Trump is Hamas now because he didn't give them everything they want.
Exactly. And then somebody said the most ungrateful people to ever to live.
Yeah. So he supports them all the way, and then at the end he's trying to push for the peace talks, and you're Hamas now.
Bombed Iran for you guys too.
What are you trying to kill us?
Yeah.
You don't believe in the Holocaust?
Yeah.
And then our last piece of our little Israel section, it turns out Marco Rubio was vetted by Larry Ellison to go over his Israel loyalty.
Yeah.
And the highlighted stuff's the important, but it's messages to Larry.
Yeah. Larry, hi. How was the conversation with Marco Rubio? Did he pass your scrutiny? Did you have a chance to talk about Israel? Would love to talk about this. And then Larry Ellison replied, hi, Ron. Great meeting with Marco Rubio. I set him up to meet with Tony Blair. Marco will be a great friend for Israel.
So hopefully just Marco Rubio was vetted for this like this. Hopefully it's just Marco Rubio vetted like that. And then Susie Wiles, who's Trump's chief of staff, I didn't know if you guys knew this, she helped Netanyahu's re-election campaign in 2020 as like a high-level advisor consultant. Some people said basically running the campaign.
Wow.
And that's who's his chief of staff. It's not pretty. And then
it's ugly.
If you're an influencer and you want to get invited to the White House, you got to go touch the wall.
Yeah, you got to do something. You got to be
I don't know if you guys
pro-Israel.
know that, but you don't really get invited to the White House and invited around to do these influencer programs and hold the binders up unless you go touch the wall.
Yeah, or you could, but you got to keep it. You got to keep it quiet. You can't say anything negative, right? Yeah. You could kind of sneak by.
You
and
could
not
maybe
say your true
sneak
opinion.
by a little bit, but not really. All right, let's get to our ICE section. We're going to try and fast track it a little bit because there's so many clips. You guys have seen them. First things first, some trans folks were fucking at the ICE facility.
That's their form of protest, yeah.
Yeah, they're showing us.
Very disgusting. Once again, using it's like a hammer with trying to find a nail. It's like, we're trans, what do?
Hammer each other.
Fuck each other. Yeah.
That'll show them. That's what they don't want to see.
Gay sex all the time. It's like, hey, we need to raise some money for this. Gay sex? Hey, the ICE is here. Fuck show, second fuck party. So, it's just standard, right?
And viewer discretion advised, by the way.
Yeah. For 4 minutes ago. For that thing 4 minutes ago.
And then we have a deranged Antifa type calling for violence. When he says cordless hole puncher, that just means gun.
Start bringing cordless hole punchers to the music festivals. Hole punch ICE. They want you to stop dancing permanently. How about you make them stop dancing permanently? Hole punch ICE.
Brother, you drank too much of the tap water.
Yeah, lispy gay guy speaking in code telling you to go shoot federal agents.
And he's doing the black girl claps.
The black girl claps with the nose piercing. Brother, I don't think you're going to make it. In fact, you might be black bagged pretty soon.
And then, that's
the invite to get feds to come to you. That's the interesting part. He hates feds so much, but he just invited 6 of them over.
You're about to get zip tied.
Yeah, zip tied.
Hope you know how to wrestle.
Yeah.
And that got 10,000 likes.
Yeah.
That post.
They all support it.
And then we have an interesting thing here. There was a judge who stopped Trump's ICE in Portland. Is that correct? Or National Guard?
National Guard, sending the National Guard to Portland.
So there was a judge who was appointed by Trump years ago who stopped Trump from using the National Guard in Portland, which obviously sucks. And it's another example of these judges, having more power than they should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll read the headline. U.S. District Judge Karen Immergut has temporarily blocked the Trump administration's deployment of National Guard to Portland. And she had previously blocked Portland's National Guard to be deployed in Portland. And then this was Trump trying to send in California National Guard to Portland. And Judge Immergut, who was appointed by Trump, said there was no evidence that recent protests in the city made the presence of federalized National Guard troops necessary. So she's making an opinion call.
Her name's Karen?
Yeah, her name's Karen with an I.
Let's listen to Karen. What do you think?
Karen, did you just win the popular vote and sweep all the swing states?
Yeah.
Make a gut call on this, on Portland right now.
Yeah,
So that's like the judge discretion there. There's a gray area. I don't see the need. You haven't convinced me of the need. And it's like, guys, we're doing this.
Impeach her, ignore her, or arrest her.
Yeah. And then
this is the key takeaway.
They got something wrong about it, but they said George W. Bush appointed her, but in reality it was Trump. But this tweet says the left appoints judges who twist and reinterpret the law a million different ways to provide legal cover for whatever their Democrat allies wish to do. Meanwhile, the right sabotages itself by nominating judges who foolishly believe progressives are operating with a shared set of metaphysical values as us. The result is we almost never see a Democrat judge blocking a Democrat president, no matter how insane or unconstitutional their actions are. And even as they carve out new legal fictions to enable their fellow ideologically possessed liberals to all right. And then conservatives do it. Yeah. I'm not going to read the whole wordy verbose thing. So.
And then the conservatives never do anything back.
Democrats always have their parties back, and then conservatives are like, well, I got to do by the law of the land, which is technically correct. But then it's like you're fighting someone with an arm tied behind your back.
Yeah, you're following the rules in a boxing match, but the guy you're fighting has brass knuckles.
He's got 20-ounce gloves, heavy shit.
Yeah, so it's like, I'm going to follow the rules while everyone else is cheating against us, and what happens first? Do you win or do you get killed?
Yeah, actually, correction there. I think lighter gloves hurt more because it's more fist.
Interesting.
Lighter gloves hurt more.
Good correction.
Thank you. I'd hate to be called out in the comments later.
Yeah.
I think I said, remember when I made so many mistakes 2 episodes ago? People were commenting that I said flip the switch or switch to flip.
Switch the flip.
Yeah, I got it backwards again. So, sometimes you just fuck up, guys.
But you could,
flip the switch or switch the flip? Yeah, you could, but it's kind of in a gymnastic sense only. So,
switch
didn't work for me.
The flip.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to our fuck around, find out section. We're going to go fast-ish through this. Yeah. There was a guy dressed as a frog. We wouldn't even scrim through it. He's dressed as a frog, and then ICE sprays him in the
breathe hole.
In the breathe hole.
In his air valve.
That's the air valve. I mean, he went to the hospital and had a collapsed lung or something.
No.
But he was on a ventilator overnight, but he's back.
What?
And this guy tries to run and gets tased.
What you gonna tase him for? What the fuck you gonna tase him for?
Oh
my God! Are you fucking serious? Oh my God! Oh my
That's
God!
good.
That's good stuff. I like the taser pose.
Yeah.
That's one of a kind stuff.
When you just go straight limp.
Stiffen up, straight down, yeah.
You land on your face, basically. Mm-hmm. And then this girl was actually talking trash to Sav Hernandez, and then this is her a few minutes later.
Point blank at him. Point blank at him with the bear mace.
You're in the street, bitch.
Yeah. Disperse.
And this guy got carted off, and ICE posted this video. And they posted with Chameleon Air. They see me roll, and that was on our social media, on the Homeland Security social media. They carted him off.
Yeah, good stuff. Is that zip tie? Is that zip tie?
These are
those are real
cuffs. Those are cuffs. Okay. And then the last one,
spit in the face guy.
Spit in the face guy.
Guy in the hat.
Get out of our state! Get out of our state! Get out of here, bitch! Get out of our state!
Not very smart.
Snap his fingers.
Yeah, and they're thrashing him around. Just not very smart. He gets caught in a 4K video. They instantly grab him. What's the plan, I thought these guys were a little smarter than that with their tactics.
Like, exactly. I thought they would know, like, well, they can't touch me unless I blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to say whatever I want and get as close as I can. But then he just lost his cool and spit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, what do you think's going to happen, brother? Yeah. You're getting zip tied. You're getting thrown on the ground by like 4 of them.
This ain't the Biden administration feds. So mess around, find out. It's good to see. And, you know, sometimes they get away. There's a video I saw of in Chicago. One guy got away. You know, it's you win some, you lose some, but you're going to lose most of them. And we're not going to go into the migrant stuff in Chicago, but Chicago's having a hard time getting backed up. The ICE agents and the National Guard that are in Chicago are having a hard time getting backed up by the local police.
Yeah.
We just need to send in more. Send in more. This isn't like a battle you can lose. I hope the Trump administration is paying attention to that fact. This isn't like a battle you can go, oh, we're standing down for now. It got too out of hand there. It's overwhelming force. Nobody has the right to interfere with the mandate of deportations in the cities. It's federal power. I don't care if it's got a lefty mayor, lefty governor, all that. We're going in, right?
Exactly. And we have some uplifting gold news from this section. A show watcher applied to be an ICE agent or one of those other Homeland Defender types. Mm-hmm. And they said, how did you hear about this? And they said, Fleck Stocks the podcast.
Yeah.
So I get a little rebate or something, a little kickback.
Maybe don't. Maybe don't do that.
Hey, if you guys signed up and I got a kickback, we would do ad reads for that.
Yeah. For sure.
All right, we're in our migrant section now. Our first story from our migrant section is an illegal stole millions of dollars in COVID relief funds.
My prayer is I shouldn't be deported because I really want to stay together with my family, be with my family, and be my family because I've learned a lot from this, and I've learned to become a perfect gentleman.
The indictment says Atakwane and 2 other defendants obtained Social Security numbers and birth dates of unwitting victims, then applied for unemployment benefits at the height of the pandemic. The benefits would come in prepaid debit cards. They would often be mailed to vacant apartments the defendants could access. Video shows Atakwane using the cards to obtain money from ATMs.
Are you sorry for what happened overall? I know you did say you wish you'd never done this.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about it. I'm so sorry about it.
Federal prosecutors say he defrauded one victim with limited mental capacity who was in his care at a group home. The overall scheme involved $2.7 million in fraud and 600 victims, prosecutors say, using COVID relief as a piggy bank to line their own pockets. Co-defendant Gladstone Yoakum got a 54-month sentence.
They all got sentenced.
How much do they get?
54 months. He got 18 months. He had the lowest, but as a combination, 54 months, 24 months.
They add more than they take, though.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like taking advantage of like a disabled person he was caring for.
Yeah, yeah.
600 people, they stole their cards or their Social Security. 600 people.
Stole their identities, and then, but please don't deport him. He wants to stay with his family.
He's a perfect gentleman now. He learned. Everybody out. Everyone you've ever met out.
Yep.
And then we have, is it Omar Fatah?
Yeah, Fatah. I'm not going to learn
and he's running for Minneapolis mayor. Mm-hmm. And he was doing an interview, and they asked him about like what his number one priority is, and this is what he said.
Day one, if you were elected, what would be some of your top 2-3 priorities for the city?
So that's a very good question. So the first I would say would be a hostile federal government with not only Donald Trump in office, but he has essentially a trifecta, both chambers of Congress and the Supreme Court. And a lot of our neighbors, especially our undocumented residents, are very concerned.
So day one as mayor of a city in Minnesota, you are planning to oppose Trump to protect illegal immigrants.
That's the top priority. He just spelled it out for you.
And this is like a microcosm of what they want the whole country to be. Mm-hmm. It's basically enough migrants who will vote against the will of real American people.
Yeah.
So then it's like, that sounds crazy and retarded, and who would ever say that? But he might win because they've already loaded up Somalis into that area.
Yeah.
And that's like their actual plan. If you extrapolate that to the whole country, it's like, oh, this makes no sense. This is anti-American. This is normal American people's values.
Anti-taxpayer, anti-American.
And it doesn't matter because everyone here is voting and they're going to just vote it through.
Yeah, they're not net taxpayers. They're net benefit receivers. They want the money train to keep going. And just being vaguely anti-Trump is big business for Democrats, right?
Yeah.
So that's his number one. He couldn't think of one other thing that really actually matters to Minnesota. It's stop being mean to migrants.
Yeah, we're going to snowplow right away.
That actually matters in Minnesota, too.
You know, it's about that. And that's a microcosm. Yeah. That's what they're doing. That's what their plan is for the whole country, is to have the normal voices of normal Americans flooded out by everyone else who says, "Oh, make sure they don't get rid of us."
Yeah,
it's pretty bad. And we have a graph here I thought was pretty telling. It's about immigration, but other things too.
Yeah, the top graph is the estimated percent of 30-year-olds who are both married and homeowners from 1950 to 2025, and the bottom is total foreign-born white-collar workers in the U.S. by year. And this is kind of more H-1B stuff, or just in general, foreign-born white-collar workers. And the 30-year-olds who are married and homeowners is a straight trend down, and the foreign-born white-collar workers is a straight line up.
Not pretty.
I think they are correlated.
It does look like it.
And causation as well.
We do have some good news refugee-wise. Trump is going to reduce the ceiling on refugee admissions from 125,000 down to 7,500, reserving many of the remaining slots for white South Africans.
Yeah.
So that's good. I like them.
Yeah, only white South Africans are coming. We're not taking refugees. Yeah. I actually saw something interesting that online just before this, going back to the Omar Fateh and the Somalis in Minnesota, that Somalis, you know how temporary protected status is big to get refugees in?
Mm-hmm.
Somalia has had temporary protected status since 1991. Or maybe 93, whatever Black Hawk Down was. 92.
That's probably why they released Black Hawk Down.
Temporary.
To go, oh yeah, those people are dealing with all that shit, the guns firing, and they try to get the guy in the helicopter.
Temporary protected status, and it's as old as me, you know?
Crazy.
So that doesn't really make sense.
Does not. And there is there's a Democrat who's running for Senate, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Graham Plattner.
Yeah. And he's the new like tough guy. Like he's like the new like manly man. I'm Democrat. He's like the manly version of Tim Walz.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in a t-shirt. I got some tattoos.
Yeah, I'm maybe a military guy.
Fuck white people, right?
Yeah. So they ask him at like a town hall about illegal immigration. Listen to the question. It's about what are we doing about illegal immigrants, and listen to see if he actually answers the question.
So what's your plan for the illegals that are in this state that get free benefits?
They don't.
If you listen to what she was saying, no, just hear me out. If you listen to what she was saying, at its core, she's angry about the exact same things you are. People are propagandized, people are misinformed, but people are not stupid. And we shouldn't treat them as such. People are angry because they know they're being screwed. They might get lied to, they might get taken in. If somebody robs your neighbor's house, you don't go over there and laugh at them afterwards. They've been taken advantage of. And that's what this is. People are being robbed. They're being robbed of their critical thinking. They're being robbed of their empathy. The answer to that is not shame. The answer to that is not anger. The answer to that is empathy and compassion.
What the fuck are you talking about?
So basically, he said it's not her fault. She's all fucked up and retarded and thinks migrants are getting benefits.
That's like he answered like how AOC would talk.
I know, but
empathy and compassion. What are we going to do about the illegals here?
You're getting screwed, but it's from billionaires, not the illegals, who are also bringing in the billionaires who are also bringing in the illegals, right?
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. To even say that the recent influx of migrants, like whatever we're calling it, 15, 20 million over the last 4 years, has zero impact on you and hospitals and costs and then the public welfare things that they do use is just such an insane bluff right in front of your face that I think it's considered gaslighting.
It is. Yeah. And I think that guy is a CIA asset type.
Okay.
Where they're like, hey, we need you to go play like the MAGA left.
Get out there, grab a coffee cup, wear a t-shirt, go casual.
Yeah. Show your biceps and you have your tattoos and go be a cool Democrat.
Yeah.
Someone David Hogg can look up to.
And then he gets that paperwork and goes, that's a hard assignment. Be the tough Democrat.
Yeah, that's like what the guy from January 6th, Michael Falcone or whatever his name is.
The cop.
The cop who has all tatted up. Mm-hmm. That he's the same thing. There's like a certain type of CIA asset who has to go pretend to be a Democrat.
Totally.
All right, let's go abroad. For our migrant section, there was an attack in the UK, and you won't believe who did it.
Yeah, UK counter-terrorism police named Manchester synagogue attacker as Jihad al-Shami, a 35-year-old UK citizen of Syrian descent. So Jihad attacks a synagogue.
And here's how the news described it.
About extremism, and on that, When I look at the front page of the Mail this morning, we still don't know the motivations. We still actually don't know the religion of the person that's been named for the attack. They say he was...
His name is Jihad.
It's in the name. It's either Jihad or Muhammad, and then that's everything you need to know right there. It's like wearing it on your sleeve.
We don't know the motive or religion. His name is literally Jihad.
UK chap attacks synagogue, and that's what the headline will be.
Pretty much.
Oh.
And we have some horrible stats. Rape reported every hour in London. Not good.
Seems high.
And then we have some crime reports from 2000 compared to 2023. England and Wales, there were 8,500 rapes. Germany, 8,100. France, 75. Poland, 2,000 something. So England went in 23 years from 8,500 to 68,000 rapes. Germany went from 8,100 to 39,000 rapes. France went from 7,500 to 42,000 rapes. Poland went from 2,400 to 1,100. They went down.
Only country that went down. Everything else skyrocketed. So that every rape an hour, it's mostly migrants.
It's insane. And we have some other crazy stats about Algerian immigrants in Germany. Can you read that, please?
Yeah, Algerian immigrants in Germany commit violent crime at a rate that is 135,000% higher than the rate that Japanese immigrants commit violent crime in Germany. So that's 1,350 times higher. So Japanese people in Germany,
very nice.
Konnichiwa. But Algerians in Germany, violent crime. Yeah, konnichiwa. And they twist it.
Yeah, and they twist it.
So all cultures are not equal.
Very much true. And then here's another crazy stat. There are more foreigners in the city of Berlin than there are in all of China. So not everyone's playing this bullshit game.
Poland, China, some countries are opting out, and they're going to be the safe experiment. That's called being the control.
Yeah.
And then, England, Wales, Germany, France, they're all the experiment group.
Very true.
They're all the test subject.
And then this next clip, when you have all these migrants, all they do is like scam, and they do like these gypsy scams. And then,
not a lot of honest work.
No.
And I'll give credit to the Hispanic immigrants, class of 08, some of those earlier guys. They want to paint houses. They want to do some shit. And yeah, they skip a couple safety regulations. They're not very OSHA compliant.
I go on the roof.
No spotter.
It's okay.
No rope.
I go.
It's okay. But yeah, the new age ones are scamming. Like that guy who we said at the beginning with the COVID funds.
Yeah.
And then this is more literal scam. There's two different types of scams. The interpersonal scam, which is like Gypsy, the Mediterranean guy who wants to sell you a gold chain and he's driving an SUV because it's worth $500, but he needs $100 because the airport lost his luggage. And then there's scamming the government. And one's a little more honorable.
Yeah.
Scamming the government's more honorable, but it's a bigger dollar amount. But this is one of the interpersonal ones, right?
Scammers! 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 Scammers!
This is fun.
This is a fight.
Scammers!
So this is right outside the Eiffel Tower, and they're spraying them with fart spray and pepper spray.
So the squirt gun is fart juice.
Yeah.
Which probably took a while to harvest.
Beat his ass, beat.
And then when they get physical, they hit him with the
stick.
With the stick and the pepper spray.
Yeah.
So people are mad, and it makes sense, and there's no justice. And like we said earlier, it's like vigilante justice is what's coming.
Yeah, vigilante plus YouTube plus social media. You kind of have a life there.
I bet you go to jail for posting that on YouTube. These are YouTubers, and this guy does the same thing for pickpockets. He sprays them with spray paint.
Yeah, do you want to be sprayed? Do you want to be sprayed?
He marks them.
So get out! Get out!
He warned him too.
No stealing today anymore, yeah?
That gets you going.
And that's part of it too. The people keep getting released or slapped on the wrist, and they don't really face any consequences. So society at large has to kind of stand up and do something about it. Pepper spray them, paint them, ruin their day.
You got to do something.
And think about getting you're a criminal and you get paint sprayed on you. There's kind of like you got me, you marked me. I was doing that. Think of how much worse of an inconvenience losing your wallet in Paris is. Losing your ID or getting a bag stolen that has your passport and phone in a foreign country. You know, the value stolen for the value lost from the victim of that is like so disproportionate. The guy makes $80 and makes a couple of credit card charges. You have to go to an embassy. Your whole trip is ruined. A $1,500 cell phone, whatever. So
You need a new credit card, but you don't have an old credit card now, so you have no money, no wallet, no nothing.
Stranded.
Crazy. All right, our next clip is a tech CEO in the UK.
Hey mate, what you doing? Oh, I'm gonna have to video, mate, you fucking silly cunt. Look at state here, what the fuck you doing? Well, go fucking clean it up then, you scruffy cunt. Yeah.
So he runs a whole tech company.
Yeah. He hired his cousins, too.
Yeah, they like the shit. As you guys know, they have the shit party once a year where they roll around in it.
Mm-hmm. That's cow shit, though. That's different.
That's different.
They draw a line.
Yeah.
They don't do human shit stuff.
It's not disgusting. And then next, I found this on Twitter. It's like an English grammar teaching website account. And it says, improve your English. I'm agree. That's not right. I agree. And look who they got getting it wrong.
Yep.
And who they got getting it right.
Yep.
It's also fake and contrived against white people.
I know. Crazy.
And then it's like, if you think about it, everything we're seeing is a pure attack on white people on all fronts.
Of course.
Like getting replaced by mass migration, murdered by repeat offenders, and then our history destroyed and distorted, and then we pay for it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like a sick satanic trick.
The U.S. taxpayer is really letting this whole thing ride.
Crazy. All right, well, that's the end of our migrant section. We're now moving on to our final page of housekeeping.
Okay.
Where I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, you can.
Use the opportunity to pickle the toast, help us juice the algo, leave a like, leave a comment again, and start yapping. P.O. Box, notifications, old episodes, group chat.
Okay.
You guys know what to do.
Yes.
I don't need to say all the words.
Apply
Saving
for ICE
time.
jobs.
Apply for ICE jobs. Yeah, let's add that.
All right.
All right. I have a short final page, but I'm going to cook.
Go ahead. Feel
First
free.
things first. For the first time in 10 years, there has not been a September hurricane to hit land in the U.S.,
which is great for us. We're in Florida.
It's very good. And the reason is because Trump finally took control of HARP, the weather control technology.
Okay.
And then this next clip is Hurricane Milton from 2024. This is before Trump took control of HARP, and look what it did. So it starts in the Gulf. It gets bigger. They start feeding it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Category 3.
Uh-oh.
Category 4.
That's us
bigger.
right there.
Yep.
Boom, hit us.
Then it hits us.
And then it keeps turning inland.
And then it turns inland.
Gets North Carolina right before the election, right?
And then it goes, right to the coast. And it gets stronger out here. And then comes, so it's like it's perfectly done to just wreck as much as possible.
Interesting.
And then there was a hurricane 2 weeks ago, and look at that 90-degree turn it did. Have you ever heard of anything like that?
I haven't.
That's how it works.
But I don't pay attention to the maps very much.
But that's what they do. Like, I've never seen a hurricane take a 90-degree turn. We have control of HARP. We have the example of what they do with it. When they're in control, they run it through every city and every red state they can. And then when we're in control, we send it away 90-degree turn. We don't care if they even know we're doing it.
Okay.
So that's good news. We're in control of the weather control machine right now.
Okay, great news.
All right.
It's in our hands.
Yeah.
And we have no nefarious intentions.
Well, that's good. The good guys have it.
Okay.
Patriots are in control. White hats are in control.
Smart.
All right, next, we've talked about this before. Richard and I were both O-linemen in college, and we know all about O-line lore. And we told you about that one story where the guy jumped on someone, and I kind of defended him because it's good to be a nasty O-lineman. Yeah. I found an example of what it looks like to be a nasty O-lineman. He gets this guy, he gets him down, and now he's all over him, tapping his head, fucking with him, putting all his weight on him, making him mad. That's pure Americana.
Yeah.
And then he goes like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
That's like that's the correct way to play.
Okay, smart. I endorse that as well. That's fine.
And I wanted you guys to see that. And not everyone knows the O-line lore. If you're on the football team, you know O-line does their own thing. But if you're an O-lineman, that's like a very special type of community and camaraderie. So if you guys are O-linemen, let us know in the comments. Tell us some O-line stories.
All right.
All right, our final piece, maybe the most important part of the show. Do you know J.D. Vance is Paul Walker?
I knew he had something in those eyes. Got those Paul Walker eyes. But I didn't know he was Paul Walker.
And they're both 6'2".
Ooh.
So that proves it.
Okay. That proves it. That's it.
And then it says, yeah, Vance is being played by Paul Walker and possibly JFK Jr. I don't know about that JFK Jr.
They just threw that in at the end. In this schizo Twitter pieced together PixArt or whatever. What do you call it?
Collage.
Microsoft Word, where they're moving around the pieces.
So I don't endorse the JFK Jr. part. I don't know who they're even talking about playing JFK Jr.
But the Paul Walker part's true.
Paul Walker part is true, I think. And if you ever meet J.D. Vance, I've never met him, I don't think. And if you ever meet him, Paul.
Yeah, I hear Paul. Hey, Paul.
And
see if he turns.
See if he turns and then pretends to ignore it.
Yeah.
Something to think about. All right,
test.
That's the end of the housekeeping. We're now moving on to Cringe of the Week. All right, our first story of Cringe of the Week is about Ms. Sharon, a bus driver who's a man and is now a sex offender.
Lee Twain Tate, also known as Miss Sharon, in court Wednesday, charged with 2 counts of statutory rape, 6 counts of indecent liberties with a minor, and 1 count of statutory sex offense. Police say there are at least 4 victims, boys between the ages of 14 and 15. After weeks-long investigation, Tate was arrested Tuesday.
My wife told me I was in the house, that she told me that there were cops outside, a lot of undercover cops.
Investigators say several of the boys stayed with Tate and performed sexual acts on Tate at the home. Folks who live in the area say the entire ordeal is unsettling.
Who could have seen this coming?
Yeah. Miss Sharon, the trans bus driver with access to 14 and 15-year-olds, did something sketchy, huh?
Well, let's let him go on no bond.
That's coming.
And then there's like no common sense. Like obviously everyone could have seen this coming, and the school kept trying to defend itself by saying, well, it didn't happen on school grounds, didn't happen during school hours. But you hired the trans freak to be the bus driver. You put him around kids every day.
You made teenagers call a man Miss Sharon, and you gave him like an hour of access every day where he acquired their phone numbers or contact information and then lured them to his house. So yeah, the big point is, hey, common sense world, nothing happens here. Common sense world, we're going a different direction.
Yeah, we're going with Dave.
We're going with Dave. He's this big fat guy, white beard. He's recently retired. He just needs something to do in the mornings.
He's a retired truck driver. He's got a CDL, which you need to drive a bus.
Yeah.
We're just going to go with that guy.
Yeah, but you know, the non-common sense world, there's going to be bodies in the wreckage. Non-common sense world, the repeat offender gets out and murders someone. Non-common sense world, the weird trans bus driver who wears his sexual fetish on his sleeve, there's going to be a couple of teenagers who get, you-know-whatted.
Unfortunately, yeah. Those are the bodies in the wreckage.
And that's something, I think there's a type of CDL that you do need a commercial driver's license of some kind to drive a bus. And I'm worried that that's going to be the next thing that foreign bus drivers get involved in. Because we've seen the CDL mills and the people taking the test with a body cam on. And I'm worried we're going to see a bus of 20 kids get
a bunch of smoked. Rajeshes.
Rajneesh goes, oh, lost control. And it's children instead of a bunch of pallets of Pepsi.
I hope not, brother.
Yeah.
And some people were making jokes saying that Ms. Davis does look like a black woman. But I'm not going to make that because that's rude. And I wouldn't say something like that.
Very disrespectful.
Yep. All right,
Smart for you to not say that.
Speaking of trans, Gavin Newsom's press office or press team
his 2 gay Twitter twinks.
Yeah. Released this meme of him as like the queen or something.
Trump is the queen.
Yeah.
Photoshop Trump's face onto a queen. I don't even get it.
And I guess they're trying to say whenever a guy wears a dress, it's retarded.
Yeah. I agree, Gavin. Yeah, based.
You're right. This guy's he's a freak because he thinks he's in a dress.
Very true, Gavin.
And then people on Reddit were actually getting mad because they're saying that he's homophobic and transphobic.
Yeah, Newsom has already been transphobic. This isn't helping him. And then the reason he's being homophobic and transphobic and the historical avatar he's using to be homophobic doesn't justify the fact that Newsom was... Jesus, these people are commenting nothing.
Right,
just said homophobic and transphobic a bunch of times.
10 times.
All right.
So they're not happy with him.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. All right, this next story is my favorite story from Cringe. This kid, it was his birthday, and there's a birthday song investigation. The whole class sang happy birthday to him, and then they have like a goofy version of the song which they sang, and now they're accusing everyone of racism.
I automatically said, that's unacceptable.
and I don't think nothing's funny about it.
Prather says there's a history of black people being described that way, which makes it extremely upsetting.
My skin is boiling. I don't even like racism, and to know where we come from and our ancestors, and for us to be labeled like that, because when they call us monkey, they basically saying that we're ugly, we act like a monkey and all this and that. I don't like that at all.
Polk County Public Schools district staff and the HR department are reviewing this. I followed up with additional questions, like is this the first time this teacher has sung this song to students? And I also asked, while this is being reviewed, will the teacher still be in the classrooms? I have not heard back yet.
I don't play games about my child.
Would you like the funny song now that I sing to you? Okay, it goes like this. Happy birthday to you. You live in the zoo. You look like a monkey. And you smell like 1, 2. Woo! Give a clap, everybody.
So it's a joke song. It's been around for like 100 years. It's even in Madagascar. And I guess what should have happened here is the teacher should sing that song, the funny, goofy song, for everyone's birthday, except for a black kid, because he does look like a monkey. We don't want to, is that what they're trying to say? Is that the better version, to exclude him and only him because he's black?
Racism by omission.
Yeah.
And then the mom, of course, gets the news crew. Her skin is boiling. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
her blood is boiling. And my skin is boiling.
She's talking about her ancestors. It's like, ancestors. Does he even know who his dad is?
Yeah, and then this is like
it's like ancestors.
This is like applying your neuroses onto a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people online are go, hey, that's messed up. It's like, I don't think any kid in that class thought anything about that at the end.
No one was offended.
Yeah.
No one thought twice. But the mom saw an opportunity to sue the school board.
Yeah, mom's looking for $45,000, quick.
And ruin the teacher's life.
Yeah, of course. Who's probably a nice, caring teacher who takes the time to sing an additional song to kids. But no, he's too close to a monkey, so you can't do it. Imagine the teacher singing it, you smell like a monkey. And she like really racisms it. She's like a nice woman who spends her day with like 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
These people aren't just racist. You know?
Crazy. And now you're like wiring this kid's brain to like think everyone's trying to get him in a racist way.
Yeah, to be looking for it. He's scanning now.
Well, otherwise, he would have just laughed, everyone clapped, happy birthday, you go home. How was school? It was fun.
It was my birthday. It was great.
You know?
Everyone's saying to me.
Oh, it was bad. They called you a monkey and you look like one. So it's like, what are we even saying? And this happened in Polk County, Florida, which is pretty conservative. And this teacher's still employed. So I hope they hold strong. She didn't do anything.
Yeah, you got Democrat attorney generals out there wanting to kill people, so I think we have some room for this lady to make a little mistake.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our next clip. This is the most compelling pro-choice argument from the left I've heard in a while.
I'm doing good. This is not really a question. This is just my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? So we're having a conversation now. I know, but I'm about to get ready to say what I'm about to say. Hey! Nigga, fuck that shit. You heard me? Hey! My body, my choice. You heard? You feel what I'm saying? Yo, I know, but it is right now. That's what. You feel me? If you feel like you can't take care of a kid right now, then you feel what I'm saying? And you get pregnant, if it's rape, anything, and you feel like you're not in a position to have no kid, abort it. I'm sorry.
And everyone cheers. This person goes to college.
That's college education right there.
So a few Planned Parenthood slogans, my body, my choice, a few urban filler statements. You feel me?
You heard what I'm saying?
You heard me. And then fuck that shit.
Yeah.
and that's the argument.
That's the extent of her pro-choice argument.
Everyone cheers.
Yeah. And she's very eloquent.
She eloquent.
I think that might be her name.
Her name, Eloquent.
Eloquent Robinson.
It's spelled a little different than the word is, but she eloquent.
Oh, yeah, but that's the extent. Filler words, urban phrases, and then catchphrases. And then, like, everyone does, like, the woo, clap you off.
And then like if you think you're smart or you think you're right, like all right, who's on my side? You know, like who's on my side against abortion? All right, the Pope.
Yeah.
Like upstanding people, people who are very thought out and intellectual, conscientious, God-fearing people, Christians. And then who's on your side if you're against it? Fuck this shit.
Sluts, girls with shaved hair.
Yeah.
Bad stuff.
The dregs. All right, let's get to our Taylor Swift section. This is exciting for maybe some of you. There's a new album.
Yeah, hopefully not too many of you.
Some of you, though. And our first clip is a husband and wife combo.
Do we want to give context? Taylor Swift just released her album after she got engaged to Travis Kelce. And I was telling Fleckus before the show, we got to go through this quickly because if we end up talking about Taylor Swift for too long, it actually comes full circle and makes us gay.
Yeah, it's true.
So we're going to try to be tight. And so I wanted to just give context. New album coming off the heels of her enormously popular tour that probably made as much money as the GDP of Lethoso.
Yeah.
Definitely.
More. So our first clip is a husband-wife combo, and this is their reaction to finding out that Taylor Swift liked one of their Instagram posts.
What? Guess who liked our video?
No!
Taylor?
No!
You're fucking
No! Are you kidding?
No.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. While you're in therapy, she liked our video.
I need to go to therapy more often. Are you joking?
No. We're gonna frame it.
We're gonna frame it.
I told them we're telling our grandkids.
Taylor Swift liked your photo.
Liked your photo. Frame.
And then
here's the content or something. This is them dancing.
Dance to it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Give me your wallet.
Yeah, you're actually going to have to give that up.
I don't have a weapon, and I'm not really... Just give me your cash.
Give me
whatever you got.
Empty your pockets,
Phone.
squid.
Yeah.
This is so... it has everything. Borderline gay guy enjoying Taylor Swift. Histrionic, wide mouth, like acting about it. Mentions of therapy.
It's like the gayest reel I've ever seen.
Yeah. This made me want to spit.
And what happened here is the girl was on birth control.
Mm-hmm.
It's fried her brain. She's attracted to feminine guys. That's a feminine guy.
Okay.
She's going to get off birth control so she can have children. They're going to get pregnant. She's going to hate his guts because I'm married to a twink now.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that happening.
It's not even like, I don't even need an orb.
Yeah.
I don't even need to look into the future. It's just like, that's what's happening here. And we're going to go over some of the lyrics from her new album. It's kind of heavy-handed.
Yeah, very. You want me to just get into it?
Yeah.
This is from Eldest Daughter. Every eldest daughter was the first lamb to the slaughter. So we all dressed up as wolves and we looked fire.
And then...
boss babe.
And then one of the lines is, oh, you boss babe too close to the sun. So there's like this energy of like, oh, is Taylor like becoming traditional and like turning on us boss babe progressive types?
We'll get to that, I guess, in a little bit.
And then when I said I don't believe in marriage, that was a lie. So she kind of rug pulled her audience a little bit.
She's rug pulling the childless cat ladies who she's been LARPing as. Because, well, not LARPing as. This whole persona of like this love-torn, emotional, like I can't find the right guy, but I'm fine because I'm doing it my own way.
Everyone keeps playing me.
And then now like one of the themes of this album is like being in love and like finding Prince Charming. And now I think some people are mad.
Yeah.
Plus, once you're in love, you're blinded and you start writing heavy-handed sentence. You know the phrase show, don't tell in writing? You show it, you don't just say it. I think she's just telling it.
Yeah, she's changing her lyrics. Or actually, men are good. I do want to get married and have a family. And I'm a billionaire who married an NFL star. Good luck.
I lied. I switched. I'm a super billionaire. I have 10 houses.
Good luck, you guys. It'll work out for you.
You guys didn't believe all that, right?
Yeah, she's the one who led everyone to slaughter.
Yes.
She's the Judas goat, it's called.
Yeah. Here's a picture of this girl. This is just, a lot of these are like reactions, like people moving around and with music. So we just screenshotted. This fan said, get this trad wife propaganda away from me right now.
You should listen to Taylor Swift.
And that was in reference to this lyric that says, I just want you, huh? Have a couple kids, got the whole block looking like you. Tell the world to leave us the fuck alone.
So she doesn't want to be around migrants.
So Taylor Swift wants white kids and no migrants.
She wants kids who look like her and the whole block to look like her and everyone else to get the fuck away.
Or her husband. She wants them to look like her husband.
That's pretty good.
And then so we're going to play this video of this girl who this had like 500,000 likes on TikTok. And look at how much she's turned on Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is handing the conservative agenda on a silver platter to the masses. We're going to start with the rollout of the album, the announcement of the album on our boyfriend's football podcast. Our boyfriend, who plays for the NFL, who we are now aligning our brand with, who is one of the most racist and problematic industries in our country. Why are we sharing what you are saying is the best piece of work you've ever put out, and you're going to share it with a man? This is where the optics are starting. We are creeping our way down the conservative pipeline, and before you say that's a reach, I'm not done. The engagement. They got engaged as a package deal with the album rollout. Yes, they did. The album was announced, and 1 day later, 2 days later, it was announced that they were engaged. We could talk about how manufactured that is. We could talk about how inauthentic it is.
All right, I'm actually going to cut this short. This girl yaps for too long, but she calls it like white supremacist, basically. She talks about the line we just mentioned with have a couple kids that look like you. She goes, oh, you want racially homogenous neighborhood? She says snappy shit like that, and she picks apart someone who I guess she used to be a fan of. And then one of the top comments on this video said, she is a billionaire. She's one of them. There is no such thing as an ethical billionaire. 59,000 people liked that.
So there is like a turning, which you would never expect Taylor Swift-wise. Like you'd think it would encourage girls to go get married and have a family, and that's good. But they're kind of turning on her, which shows how strong the foundation of that belief is. It's strong enough to turn on Taylor Swift.
Yeah, they were okay when she was pandering to them as the audience, but now that it's her life circumstances has changed, it's somehow totally different and a hate thing. And, you know, I feel bad a little bit for Taylor Swift. It's like, you're a fucking billionaire, living this crazy life, and you're supposed to write things that resonate with an average girl. And it's like marry that plumber, high school sweetheart. It's like you're on a private jet with anything you want, caviar flown in from
You want to
Spain.
kill somebody?
Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah, we can take you to Thailand.
You can kill somebody.
Taylor, you can shoot an elephant with a bazooka if you want. You have the money. But yeah, I don't know. It's all interesting, and then the lyrics just seem flat and like heavy-handed. You want to play Tony P?
I don't know. We'll play it. Let's play it because he has the music in the background. Tony P, he's trying to find a girlfriend on Instagram, and he's doing this goofy shit. I'm not trying to bully him.
Yeah, you say that, but you are. And he's hosting a Swifties party. He's hosting Swifties to come watch football.
And I think what happened to him, and I think he maybe even said this in one of his videos, he used to take birth control to regulate to regulate his cycles.
His
and
gyno or
it
something.
Fucked him up.
Yeah.
So, Tony P, I'm not bullying you, but I do have a message for you a little bit.
Okay.
This is off script.
Sure.
Tony P has this thing of he's trying to like rebrand what masculinity is.
Yeah.
And it's always, instead of like, he always says it's like a Mr. Rogers is the right form of masculinity. And the problem with masculinity is it's too masculine, and you have to be empathy driven and all this like gay stuff.
Yeah, words, empty words.
Empty words that feel good and you think girls want to hear. But he never says men should protect women.
Interesting.
So like every question is like, what is a man, or what should a man be, or how should men act? That's like all the questions he gets. And it's always compassion and with empathy. But he never says men should be protectors. They should protect the people who need it, women and children and the most innocent. Stuff like that. He never talks about protection.
He never got back to basics.
He never got back to basics. And
Yeah.
if you ask Tony P, do women need protection from men? I think he would say no.
Yeah.
And that's retarded.
Yep.
So Tony P, answer the question. Do women need protection from men? He'll go, oh, no, anyone can protect themselves.
Anyone's independent.
Everyone can protect
But
themselves.
they also shouldn't own guns either.
Yeah.
Guns are bad.
Everyone can protect themselves. No, they can't, Tony P. And that's
yeah.
the problem. And that's why I'm obsessed with you. And that's why I DM you so much talking about the migrants and talking about trans. You need to start listening.
Yep. All right. Any last thoughts on Taylor Swift? I think she's alienated from her audience, and I think she's on her way out, kind of. She's going to pop out 2 kids. They're going to be great, That's going to be fun for her.
Yeah.
A billionaire having 2 kids?
That's sick.
NFL tight end? White? white as the
and she's
white as
tall.
the fallen snow.
And she's tall too.
Yeah.
She's like 5'11" or something.
Yeah, so they're going to turn on you even more. It just kind of goes to show you all the left support is conditional. There's no like, oh, he's a good person. I can trust that him doing this had good intentions. It's all super conditional. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's flimsy.
Very.
The lefty support is flimsy.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see. You never thought that would happen, you know? All right, that's the end of Cringe. Now moving on to Urban Decay. All right, our first clip of Urban Decay, the Loop Puncher, that 6'7" giant black guy that punches women and people not looking, he got confronted the other day.
Hey, fo, you be punching motherfuckers, fo? I'm dead. Fo, you not even like that, little bro. Punch me. Oh, B, punch me. Hey, I thought you was slapping motherfuckers, little bro. What happened? Yeah, slap his ass, little bro. Yeah. Oh, B. Come on.
But he can't control himself because he's crazy.
Yeah.
You know? But when two guys fuck with him, he doesn't act crazy. He doesn't start swinging at everybody. He only punches girls and people who aren't looking.
Yeah, he's only crazy around women who he sucker punches. But he knows how to square up to two urban youths who actually confront him. So
Yeah, and that's kind of like the theme of the episode, the vigilante justice. Like people see him, they know what he's doing, they know he should be in jail and he's not. So they kind of go fuck with them themselves.
Totally. And yeah, that's a huge point. I mean, a big part of the whole incompetent to stand trial or he's crazy or that sort of thing. These people, and we it's long been a theme for our podcast, like EBT scammers know what they're doing. These thieves, they know the limits. They know it's 1,000, anything under 1,000 is a ticket. Sometimes they get caught up when it's on sale and they can't do the math. Goodwill Hunting. But the credit, they don't give a lot of credit for knowing situational stuff. And this guy clearly knows like who he can and who he can't take advantage of.
Yeah.
These people are more predatory than they think. Oh, he's just a crazy guy having a bad day. No, he knows to attack weak women and women will not do anything and run away.
Mm-hmm.
He knows who gives him a reaction. Notice the crazy guys never attacked a group of bodybuilders.
Yeah.
It's very fascinating. Like
Very
that
fascinating.
Self-preservation is deep in the brain and but oh, he's just crazy. It's like, no, he's a women abuser, right?
Very true. Good point. This next story, this is just a article, but can you read the gist of it? It's pretty sad. It's from New Orleans.
New Orleans chef carjacked and killed while picking up child from daycare. And he was carjacked, and he was the sous chef at Brennan's restaurant.
Which is a very famous restaurant in New Orleans.
Yeah, and someone else said a great man with a family and career was murdered senselessly in broad daylight while picking up his son from daycare by a black criminal thug who stole his car. There will be no vigils or national news stories about this. There will be no changes at the DA's office who let this criminal thug out of jail 5 times before he murdered an innocent person.
And he was like a staple in the community. That restaurant is great. And this happened in mid-city New Orleans, which is like a nicer area compared to the others.
Yeah.
Horrible stuff.
Again, that's one of those things. Send in the CRS, Community Relations Service.
Mm-hmm.
But
5-time repeat offender. Ooh. Who
Another
could
one.
have seen this coming?
Yep.
All right, our next story. This is pretty interesting. This is one of my favorite clips. This guy is a repeat offender bank robber who's done a million other things. And look who comes to defend him when the cops try to arrest him.
Now, this video starts with him arrested 2 days prior to the bank heist. So this is showing
So he
how...
got arrested for a crime, got released, then does the bank heist.
Arnie's, you're under arrest. You're going to go on this side, okay? Watch the step, watch the curb, watch the curb.
Sit down, sit down.
Get on the ground. On the ground, Marnez. Hands behind your back.
Transfer on your back.
So this is him arrested after the bank heist. 2 days later.
Roll him towards me. Roll him towards me. Come on. Roll him towards me. Roll him towards me.
Resisting arrest a little bit.
I'm just curious because there's one black guy and a bunch of cops. Is he okay? What happened? Can I?
You can't take money from a bank. Now, will you please let us do our job? If that's literally all you came for, either go around.
Well,
or go
I know
back.
you've seen the news. You can understand my frustration. Yeah.
Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Not really, because you're a cop.
You
Because
understand
there's
this
one black dude right there.
And that's all you're basing your analysis on.
Seven
Ma'am?
of you.
Ma'am, all you've seen is a snapshot, and you're making judgments.
I've also, it looks like
Either
you got
please
1,
take
2,
your
3,
children
4,
and go
5,
back.
6.
What's that, sir?
It's all good.
We gotta
go all else want to go shit. Fuck out of here, so don't even know.
I can't understand you, sir.
He's
you
good.
don't want to hear what I have to say.
No.
Don't come any closer to this. Do you understand that instruction? I'm going to take that as a yes. Why are you instigating?
Because I'm concerned about this dude. Are you okay, hon?
We're waiting for an ambulance.
Okay, are you
don't want
okay?
to take enforcement action because it's not appropriate.
Are you
You have
okay?
the ability to stop this.
He
right
doesn't look okay.
now. Okay.
Cool. So I'll let everybody know. What's your name and badge?
Steve Kearns, 2591.
Thank you.
Your name?
My name?
Yes.
Doesn't fucking matter, does it?
Unfortunately.
So this clip perfectly sums up America today. You have a fat liberal white woman defending violent black repeat offenders because the police are white and the criminal is black.
And the black offender can't even articulate a single thought. He's mumbling. The police can't even understand. And she's going, "Are you okay, sir?"
And yeah, she's breaking down what the problem is here.
Mm-hmm. The
And
passerby. And these blur marks around her, she's with kids. She brought kids. And you can see her little Free Palestine thing. Every issue. But as long as you're a black man and the police are white, you could have just shot up a whole church. You could have done anything. But as
What
long
are
as
these
you
police doing to you?
Yeah, as long as you
arresting me for robbing a bank.
Yeah, as long as you look uncomfortable, she's going to come to your rescue. So that's another just indication of where we're at, right?
Very much true. This next clip, this is a fast clip. I just want to show you how someone reacts. This woman got arrested for DUI, and listen to how she reacts in the cop car.
You a fuck nigga. I said you a fuck nigga. You a fuck nigga. You see how you do me in front of my little sisters? You threw me on the ground in front of kids. Hurry up and get me to this place. Hurry up. Because guess what? My people got money for the damage too. Hurry up. Get me to where I need to go, please. Y'all relax. Babe! 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 You got a demon in here, yeah! You got a demon! I can stop my feet, I'm not doing anything! You're not gonna be able to charge me with nothing! You got a demon in here! You got a demon, baby, yeah! Yeah, you got a demon! Yeah, you ready for the demon? You ready? You ready? Take me to this, bro, take me to the jail, fam!
Oh, we gotta let her go.
Yeah.
No bail.
You know what? That was a good tantrum. You're free to go, young lady. Don't do it again.
And they probably will release her.
Of course.
After some processing. But they should play that video in court and go, hey, this is who you're dealing with. This woman got a DUI. She crashed or whatever she did.
Yeah.
She resisted arrest. Here's how she behaves in the cop car. Release on no bail.
Yeah, body cam stuff and police squad car cam, all that should be considered in sentencing, I think.
I agree. And our next clip, this is the Baltimore mayor, and he says we don't deserve black people or black women.
It is really on my heart this morning to say that as a man, but more importantly as a black man, that this country does not deserve black women or black people, but specifically black women.
I kind of agree.
I
for
agree
different
too.
reasons. I
This
think
is
we're
when
seeing
woke and right wing, I guess, merge. I agree. We do not deserve black
we
women.
do not deserve what we're getting from these people. We've all seen a Carnival Cruise.
Yeah.
We can tell who doesn't watch Urban Decay.
Yeah.
It's not good. Let's go over some of the stats of what we would miss if black people somehow disappeared.
U.S. population will decrease by 11.3%. The number of employees will decrease by 1.4%. Number of prisoners will be reduced by 48%. Number of gangs and other criminal groups will be reduced by 53%. The country's average IQ will grow by 7.4%. The average score of the SAT will rise to 1,100 points from 1,000. The number of AIDS patients will be reduced by 65%. Chlamydia decreased by 59%. Gonorrhea decreased 69%. Patients with syphilis will decrease by 57%. Annual income will rise. Number of people living in poverty will be reduced by 54%. The number of homeless people will be reduced by 65%. welfare recipients reduced by 52%, and the Democratic Party will lose 26% of its voters.
That's what it would look like.
We don't deserve them.
Don't deserve them. All right, well, that is the end of Urban Decay. We are now moving on to Uplifting Gold. Don't get too down or too depressed. We have uplifting stuff today. All right, Uplifting Gold. We have uplifting stuff today. It's not our usual uplifting of like babies riding puppies or whatever.
Okay.
Kids catching fish.
Okay.
It's a little different, and it's because we didn't have a lot of uplifting stuff. So...
Okay.
So
I don't care.
It's okay.
This is
it
the
is
last 10
uplifting,
minutes of the show,
but
right?
it's different.
Okay.
First, this guy is running for, I believe, Congress, or he's running for re-election, and everyone in all of his constituents are calling him out for AIPAC.
What are you doing about the starving children in Gaza? What are you doing?
Taking money from AIPAC with respect. That's something that is infiltrated our government.
AIPAC money.
Watch Congressman Jake Auchincloss discover in real time that his voters know he's bought and paid for by the Israeli lobby.
I wondered whether if you had not accepted AIPAC money, whether you'd change your feeling about speaking about Israel-Palestine.
I think we as citizens and as policymakers have to hold in our heads competing convictions and ideas.
Me personally, I'm concerned with AIPAC, and I was just wondering if you particularly or anyone you know of has any plans to try to reduce this problem.
What are you doing to prevent the use of our taxes to starve and kill people in Gaza?
So we get it. The key point there was constituents of all ages, all backgrounds are just calling out AIPAC. Something very strange, though. I want to go back and zoom in. How is he drinking the water bottle like that?
He put his whole mouth around the wide bottle. What was that about?
That's disqualifying.
That's even worse than the AIPAC money. That's even worse than the 700 grand of AIPAC money.
Sir, I saw you drinking your flask, and
that's reptile skin suit stuff.
Yeah,
that's leading indicator.
You didn't learn how us normal people drink.
But yeah, people are waking up to foreign influence,
Yeah.
and competing interests, and we know which interest wins that competition most of the time when it comes time to make a bill.
It's very true. Our next uplifting gold clip is this guy breaks down how crime has gone down since Trump has sent in National Guards and federal troops into these cities.
Last month, Trump deployed the National Guard to Washington, D.C. And after a week or two, I looked at the number of crimes in Washington, D.C. And I said, well, since deploying the National Guard, maybe it's made D.C. a little bit safer. I'll follow up in a month. Well, it's been a month. Has the National Guard reduced crime in Washington, D.C.? The data comes from Open Data DC, crime incidents in 2025, and we'll look at a few previous years too. The data is daily incidents, daily offenses logged by the police. So graph number one, the faint gray lines, those are years 2020 to 2024, and the red line is 2025. And the height on the y-axis is the number of offenses of all different types reported to the police. And this dashed blue line is the date when Trump signed the order to deploy the National Guard to Washington, D.C. And I guess the main takeaway is that before the order, the red line is kind of similar to, maybe a little bit lower than, but similar to the gray lines. And then after the order, the red line, I think it's visibly clear that the red line is a bit lower than the gray lines. And if we plot the August 11th to September 23rd daily average offenses, so this is the time span since Trump has declared the National Guard up to yesterday, the same time span over the previous years, average daily offenses, we see that 2025, it does have a lower average, which is what you see here. We're plotting average daily offenses in this time range, and the gray lines are higher on average than the red line. A two-sample t-test confirms that's statistically significant. The average is about 85 in the earlier years compared to 65 offenses per day in 2025. So this is like a 24% reduction.
So that's good.
Statistically significant, immediate impact.
It's a little boring, but it's good that it actually worked.
But you need someone digging around in the data.
With glasses.
It's not going to be me.
Yeah, he looks like you a little bit.
No. I actually like this guy, but this opening face that he has, he kind of looks like the Wojak, the Chud Jack.
Oh, yeah.
But I like this guy.
Me too.
He does data, and he is unbiased. I don't know his TikTok name, but he does shit for right and left, and he doesn't care. He reads the data.
And then our next uplifting piece of the ICE raids and Trump's deployment of these troops. Can you read this story?
Yeah, this is for the subreddit from Spark Driver, which I believe is like a Walmart delivery type app or something. It's a piece of Walmart. And this person wrote, "My market exploded after the ICE raids. I don't really run Spark a whole lot since I'm usually too lazy to wake up early, but when I do, I'll work it in the mornings until around noon. and then switch over to food delivery in my car from the afternoon till about 9 p.m. I don't hit Spark as much as I used to, but ever since the ICE raid started in the DC area, I've noticed a massive change. Things suddenly got extremely busy. There are way fewer drivers on the road, and the Walmart curbside lots that used to be packed with people camping out all day are now almost empty. And just to be clear, I'm not posting this as an earnings flex. The point I want to make is that driver saturation is the reason most markets are struggling. In my area, about 90% of the scammers and fake accounts vanished after the raids. And with them out of the picture, all the apps suddenly got a lot busier. And then somebody said, I know a lot of people are going to dislike my comment, but 95% of the cheaters in my market are all Venezuelans. Ever since they all came to my market, Spark, Lyft, Uber, DoorDash, everything went to shit.
Yeah, so that's uplifting.
So that's Americans literally competing with illegal immigrants who are scamming, and things immediately getting better when federal force is applied.
Very cool.
So that's uplifting is how easy it is. We can't forget, we face hurdles, bad judges, mayors dragging their feet, governors who don't want to help, the superintendent of the police telling the cops to stand down. But when you actually go through with it and do it, it's really so fucking easy to make life better.
So true.
So,
all right, our next uplifting clip is Lana Del Rey. As you guys know, she married a gator hunter type.
Yeah, gator tour boat, fan boat, Louisiana guy.
Yeah, and she seems to be very happy. And here's her doing an interview, and listen to what she says.
You're so hot!
Yes, you are.
Isn't that nice? She likes her husband, and here's a picture of them at like some event, and he's wearing denim.
Yeah.
And she looks lovely.
I don't know if that's denim. Is that all denim?
It looks like it's all denim, upper and lower.
Right.
And she is pure Americana. She's a great singer. I love Lana Del Rey, always have, and it's good to see her.
Yeah,
more
and
on
she
the
took
right.
that guy. He's got some French in him. He's from Southern Louisiana. He's probably French Cajun. So Paris Fashion Week is actually a heritage pilgrimage for him.
Yeah,
he gets to go see where he's from originally.
Yeah. But I do love to see that, and that's very nice. All right, our last clip of the show, our Pure Americana clip of the week, Pete Hegseth getting the Navy boys riled up at the Navy game. Isn't that nice?
That is nice.
They love him.
Pete can probably do fucking 50 push-ups. They like that.
They love him. And they had a great weekend at that game. There's all kinds of clips of him with the boys.
He gave a post-game speech. I think Trump was on an aircraft carrier too. They were doing some military stuff this
they were
weekend.
showing him. So that's good to see. It's good to see our military improve, but not improve to the point where we should go use them in a war for Israel.
Certainly not.
Oh, everyone's ready to go. Let's go to Iran.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you're still watching now, we have a 30-minute bonus land dropping tomorrow at 11 a.m. I think you guys will like that. We have our new schedule. We have a bonus land on Wednesday at 11 a.m. and a bonus land on Saturday at 11 a.m. So if you guys want the show 4 days a week, fleckistalks.com is the website. Thank you for watching all the way through. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff, and we'll see you in bonus land.
We're only way the show can be defined. Best news podcast of all time. We're yapping in the comments. Yeah, yapping in the comments. Don't get too down or too depressed. From cringe of the week and urban decay, there's uplifting gold and fleckish pets getting trolled. Coming up to brighten your day. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Best to keep the P.O. box full. We won't stop till the world is rid of all the pickles. If more fleckish content is what you demand, then just make sure you're subbed to bonus land. Fleckish talks, give it up to the world's best host. Fleckish talks, just the ongoing tickle the post. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. We're watching old episodes. Yeah, watching old episodes. Fleckish talks, buying shit coins and trading stocks. Fleckish talks, we're still kicking over stacked rocks. The only way the show can be defined. The best news podcast of all time. Words are just words until action actually starts. Fleckish talks, and actions speak louder than words. Fleckish talks, but at the same time, words speak louder than actions.
Give a clap, everybody.